Hi, in this class we are going to look at arrays utility class. It has various methods that can be used when we are working with arrays. So here are the methods: fill, toString, deep toString, copy of range, sort, binary search. Also there are a couple of methods: as list, deep equals, deep hash code, equals hash code. We are not going to look at these methods. We are only going to look at these methods. Also there are a couple of other methods, but they are very advanced for this lesson. When we come across those concepts, we are going to look at those methods. For now we are going to examine only these methods. Okay, let's get started. We know that whenever we create an array, it will be populated with default values. So here we are creating an array of integers. So this array is going to be filled with zeros. Here we can see all the elements are default values. Let's say we want to populate it with a default value of 10. So in that case, we can use arrays.fill method. We have to pass the array and we have to pass the default value that we want to populate with or fill with. So if you see here, after this call, the int array will be populated with value of 10. All the elements will be 10. Let's print that. Okay, here we can verify that all the elements are filled with 10. We don't need to populate all the elements. We can simply populate a subset of elements. So here we have an array of 10 elements. We can say that from index 2 till index 4, we can populate or fill it with a value of 10. So here index 2 is inclusive, index 4 is exclusive. What do we mean by that? So index 2 and index 3 will be populated with value of 10, but index 4 will not be populated. This is the 2 index, but 2 is exclusive. From index to index, and 2 index is exclusive, from index is inclusive. So if we see here, only second element and third element will be populated with a value of 10. So then the number of elements that will be filled is equal to 4 minus 2, that is 2. If we have index here value of 5, then 3 elements will be populated with a value of 10. I have changed it back to 4, so only 2 elements will be populated with 10. Let's check that. Here we can see index 2 and index 3 elements are populated with value of 10. So that is about the method fill. So we can fill all the elements or we can fill only the subset of elements. These two methods we have already seen. For a single dimension array, we can use toString method to print the array, and for two-dimensional array, we can use deep toString method. So this is the way it prints single dimensional array. It is the way it prints two-dimensional array. We have also seen this method. So whenever we want to decrease or increase the array length, we are going to use arrays.copyof. So it will either decrease or increase the length and copy the elements accordingly. So in this case, int array is having 10 elements. Let's change it to, or let's decrease it to 3 elements. So if we run it, the new array is going to be having only 3 elements. Because the default array is all zeros, it is all zeros. Let's fill it with 10. Okay, now here int array is having value of 10 for all the elements. So the new array with 3 elements is going to have 10 for all the elements. Here we can verify that. Okay, let's increase the length instead of decreasing. So 10 elements will be populated with 10 because that is what we filled it with. Then the 3 new elements will be 0. Let's check that. Here we can see the original array is copied and length is increased to 13, and the new elements are having a default value of 0. In the previous method, using the copyof, when we are increasing or decreasing the array length, we are copying the elements from the first index or index number 0, right? We don't need to do that. We can copy a range. For example, in this case, I have restarted or I have assigned the values in a ascending order so that it will be easy to examine here. So now int array is going to have 10 elements, but the values are 0 to 9. So if I use simply copyof, and if I give 13, sorry, not 13, if I give 3, so the new array length will be 3, and these are the 3 values that will be copied. But here I am going to give from index 1 till index 3. Here also 3 is not inclusive. So the new array will be copy of this particular array with elements at index 1 and 2. Okay, if we run this one, it's going to be a new array with values 1 and 2. Here also the number of elements that will be copied will be equal to 2 index minus from index, so 2. So let's say we are going to give a 13 value. So in this case the new array will be of length 12 and the first 9 elements will be 1 to 9. We can verify that. So the new array length is 12, that is nothing but 13 minus 1, 12, and the first 9 elements are copied from index 1. That is what we have mentioned here. So if we say index 0, it copied from index 0 and the new array is having 13 elements. So whenever we give index 0, it is similar to copy of. If we are not giving index 0 here, then it is different. Okay, that is the only main difference between copy of and copy of range. So whenever we give 0 here, it is similar to copy of. If we give something else, then it is different from copy of, because the copying is starting from a starting index we are mentioning here. Also we have a very important method that is called sort method. So here I have an array. The elements are not in a sorted order. So we can simply sort them by calling the arrays.sort method and providing the array. So after this call, the int array is going to have the values in a sorted way. Let's check that. Here if you see 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. So the array is sorted. Now we are going to look at a different method, that is binary search. This is also a very important method. So here we are searching for a value of 5 in this array, integer array. So does it has value of 5? Yes. So what is the index of value 5? 0, 1, 2, 3. So this particular method is going to return a value of 3 because 5 is present at index 3. Okay, now we are checking for a value of 4, but 4 is not present, right? So it has to return us a some number. So whenever the value is present in the array, it is giving us non-negative number, meaning if it is present at index 0, it is going to give us 0. If it is present at index 2, it is going to give us 2. So whatever number, if the element is present, it is going to give us a non-negative number. I am not saying a positive number because the returned value can be 0. So 0 or positive value. So whenever the element is not present, it has to return us a negative value. Okay, so what is the value that it is going to return? We know it is a negative value, but what is the value? So if at all 4 is present, where is it going to be? So it is going to be here, right? Between 3 and 5. So what is the index after 3 and before 5? That is index number 0, 1, 2, 3. So if the 4 is present, it is going to be at index number 3. So it is going to give me that index number minus 1. So minus 4. Okay, if at all I am giving 9. Okay, if at all 9 is present, where it is going to be? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the index number 6. So it is going to give me minus 6, minus 1. So that is minus 7. We can check both of them. Let's check for 4 first. And in this case, it is going to give us minus 4 because the element can be at index 3. Okay, let's check that. Okay, this is the array. Is 5 present? Yes. And it is at index 3. Okay, is 9 present? No. Okay, I am changing the proper value because I am searching for 4. I have to print 4 here. Okay, is 4 present in the array? No. But if it is present, it is going to be at index 3. So the value is minus 4. Let's change it to 9. Is 9 present in array? No, it is not present. If at all it is present, it is going to be at index number 6. So the value it returns is minus 7. So please remember, if the element is found, it is going to give us a non-negative value which is equal to the index value. If it is not found, then it is going to give us a negative value which is equal to the possible insertion point. So if it is present, where it is going to be? So that point minus 1. Okay, this is the value. Yeah, that is all about these arrays. But there is one more thing I want to mention here. So all these methods are overloaded. We haven't seen method overloading yet, but please remember, if we go to Java SC8 arrays API, you can search for this particular string. Here we can see binary search is defined for byte array, char array, double array. So all primitive type arrays. So it is overloaded. So whether we pass a integer array or floating array, it is going to work. So even though we have looked at only integer array, it is as good as we have looked at all the arrays of primitive type. Okay, you can make some changes to this program, then you can understand all these methods. They are very easy to understand. Basically, the fill is filling with a default value that we are providing. These are toString and deep toString methods are printing as a string in a more readable way. Copy of and copy of range are used to increase or decrease the array length and copy the original values. Sort is used for sorting the elements. Binary search is used for searching for the elements. Make sure you sort it before doing a binary search. That is all about this lesson. This is very important lesson whenever you are working with array of primitive types or even array of reference types. These methods are going to be very helpful. We are going to look at remaining methods at a different point of time, but for now they are not required. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share it with others. If you are benefited and if you like this video, make sure you like it. Also, please share it with others. Thank you.